Um, Good morning to all. I'm Dr. Marirajan, doctorate holder in sociology and master degree holder in social work. Um, I'm basically a practitioner come academician. For my experience centered around more than 23 years. So with this background, I'm going to make this teaching model video. So for this purpose, 10 minutes teaching sample, I'm going to teach the definition of community organization given by M.G. Rose. This is the title I took since my specialization belongs to community organization and community development in masters in social work. And also I'm a practitioner of community development for more than 15 years. With this background, I'm taking this subject is one of my interested subject. If I'm given a task, I will take another one. But since I was given an open task to choose the topic topic of my choice, so I took this as a favorite topic because I everything centered around this definition. That's how my professional and academic career sets. There are two learning objectives for this session. The learner should understand the concept of community organization as defined by M.G. Rose. Then the key components were attached with this definitions according to M.G. Rose. So before going to see the actual definition, we should understand who is M.G. Rose. So his full name is Murray Rose. The book, Community Organization Theories and Principles, written by him in the year 1956. Though it's a long time, maybe you can say it's outdated book when you are seeing the book, the year of publications. But from my perspective, still it is considered as a appropriate one. It's applicable to wherever it is possible, whether it is in Indian context, whether it is in USA context, in African context, the definition is same. This definition is applicable to wherever you're doing your practice. According to this, still it is a foundational text, those who are studying social work in community development. Even in practical terms, you can say it's a Bible for the social workers, those who are in community development. So it will give comprehensive explorations of theory and principles underlining with the community organization practice. And also it emphasized the importance of community engagement, empowerment, grassroots efforts to address various social issues. So it also defined the role of social workers and other community organizers in facilitating the positive change among the community. So it's clearly defined our role. We always, whenever you are doing community organization, you are always an outsider. This thing you should not forget as a social worker. We as an outsider, we facilitating the organization process using local leaderships or whatever may be. So you need to define your role with the clear distinctions. So that's what M.G. Rose emphasized. His definition, he defined community organization as a process by which the community identify its needs or objectives, gives priority to them, develop confidence, and will to work at them, find resources either internally or externally to deal with them, and in doing so, extends and develop cooperative and collaborative attitude and practice within the community. So this definition, it gives holistic picture from A to Z. When you are doing in a community organization, it have different assumptions. Based on these assumptions, this organization is constructed based on its practice. So we will see the various components attached with this definition given by M.G. Rose. That's very key component or important component according to me. So this definition built based on two key assumptions. Community have problems and they must aware of those problems. Community, they aware they have a problems. that problems is aware by themselves. So it's the entire definition is operating based on these two assumptions. Community have problems and they must be aware of those problems. You are not going to teach the community problem by yourselves, because community knows the problem, they aware of that problems, it is exist. So you need to understand these two assumptions. So it's a the community organization is basically a process oriented, not a product oriented. It's a process oriented. This process, it can happen either consciously or unconsciously, or you can say it can happen voluntarily. Sometimes it's involuntarily. It's a movement from identification of a problem or objectives to the solutions of the problems or attainment of the objectives in the community. So this process, it may go consciously or unconsciously or voluntarily or involuntarily, or it starts from a move. It's a movement from identification of the problems or objectives to the solutions of the problems or attaining the objectives in the community. Either way it can go, but it's a process. It's not going to be a program or a product. It will take time. Since it's in a process, it will take time to go further. So the community refers, this definition referring community in two major groups. One is geographical community, another one is functional community. So either you are going to work, this definition will applicable to either in the traditional setup or in the functional setups, or you can say in a modern setup. So the community referring here, it's an geographical community or a functional community, or you can say working class, or you can say a traditional indigenous community, or you can say it's any kind of example you can refer to it. So the community, they can able to identify its needs or objectives. They have the capacity to identify its needs and capacity. So community locates or focus upon the problem in which it is disturbed. They establish goals for the community achievements. They can able to identify their issues. They can able to set the objective to address that problems. They can able to do it. Then they can able to, since they set the objectives or identify the objectives, they can able to order the objectives or issues. So they can able to it is a necessity, they can establish some sort of order or priority. They may say problem number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then within this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they can able to make which one come, they can able to prioritize. Fifth one supposed to come or fourth one supposed to come, they can able to make decisions. So once they make priorities, they can able to find resources for addressing the community problems. Not necessary to depend outside or inside, but they can able to find resources by themselves. To deal with these problems, they can able to they themselves to involve, discover other tools and instruments or persons or techniques or materials they can able to find. Based on the resources, they can take actions. This action is supposed to be a tangible, practical actions. You can able to visualize, you can able to see in ground. They can able to take actions. Some extent, the extend and develop cooperatives for achieving the overall objectives. The community can able to extend and develop cooperative and collaborative attitude among the community members. It's possible. They can do it by themselves. Certain stages they want to give importance to someone else. In other contexts, they want to give importance to somebody else, those who are appropriate in the context. So the essence of this process is it's basically a practical steps. We as a social worker, our long-term goal, the development in the community of the capacity to function as an unit with respect to needs, problems, and common objectives. We can able to define. We can able to play our role as an external agents. So in my sum up, it's a process which communities are helped to identify common problems, goals, and mobilizing resources, and in other ways they can able to develop and implement strategies for reaching their goals in a collective way. So it's basically support the local leadership by teaching people how to analyze the problem, public policies and problems, negotiate with the public and private officials, register people to vote, develop common visions. In this way, we can able to play the role as a facilitators. So I wanted to sum up this entire thing in a way Leo Tolstoy explained to work with the community. So in his emphasis, go to people, live among them, love them, learn from them, start from where they are, work with them, build on what they have. But the best leader, when the task is accomplished, the work is completed, the people all remarks, we have done it ourselves. If they say we have done it ourselves, our role is completed as a social worker, because the community is empowered. There is no need to do another work within the community. Now the community can able to facilitate themselves. That's the point we were supposed to leave out of the community. Maybe we can do some follow-up, but we can leave our day-to-day work. If any questions or discussion, we can do it, since it is not a regular class. So I leave it this to the to you. These definitions were taken out from Marirajan.T Community Organization Theory and Principles book. You can refer, since it is, I told it's an ready opener for community organizations. You can, all the times you can keep these books as a reference point for your work. That's all from my side. Thank you very much for listening